Wait. Oh.
Alright, yeah, check it out. These are the co-op characters. They're actually with your squad going through the campaign. And so what we have is Private Guillermo Quintaro.
Your pronunciation was excellent.
What?
Oh yeah, so Brian Bros had told me I had to do this, and then he didn't really have much to talk about, so I told him he had to do this, and now I'm giving him shit because he's not doing it good enough.
How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it properly? Guillermo Quintaro.
Much better.
He must have been to the Far Cry 3 booth.
Nice.
We did dubstep first.
Alright, in the center, this is Jennifer Redding. So she is playable in the co-op campaign. So yeah.
She is a playable female Marine.
And that's her story. And on the right, we have DeMarcus Short. Yeah, is he from the Bronx?
Did you just make that up right now? I think that's good. He's from the Bronx. Let's do it. Let's do it. Pull the trigger. Canon.
It's now canon.
It's just that. That's how I deal with Fox. I'm just like canon.
Yes, yeah, that's true. So the neat thing about these guys are, we've all seen the Aliens movies, and so when we've seen the movies, those characters become really important to us, and they have a lot of meaning. So it's really awesome to invent new characters, but it's also been exciting for us to work with the characters from the original films. Now, of course, the narrative story takes place after the events that we've seen in Aliens and Alien 3, which means that some of our favorite people, like we watched Vasquez blow up, like she's gone. But some of the other people, maybe their fates are a little not as clear. Like the last time we saw Hudson, for example, he was being dragged underneath the floorboards. In that
True story, the last time I saw Hudson was in an LAX Chili's. I'm dead serious. When I was coming back from recording, freaking Bill Paxton was in there. Never mind.
Don't
Cool story, bro.
So speaking of being in LA, when Mikey he's been in Los Angeles a lot recording with these guys because in the multiplayer game, all bets are off, right? In the competitive game, all bets are off. So we've already announced some exclusives where if you pre-order the game with some of our retail partners, you can get unlocks for the skins of Hudson, of Drake, of Sergeant Apone. You can also be Hicks. And Mike, you just did that session with.
Yeah, so I've got to work with Michael Biehn as Hicks. That was the craziest.
So Mikey directed Michael Biehn as Hicks.
Yeah, I was actually in the studio with him, and for some of the dialogue, he wanted to know how loud to shout, and then I'm in there with Michael Biehn. I'm shouting, he's shouting, and then I pooped. Dude, seriously, that guy has pipes. I cannot believe he's in his 50s. And it's like he never left. Like when he hit that note as Hicks, it was amazing. It was amazing.
That's right, and it's been a pleasure to work with these guys, and we're having a blast. So there's going to be some more news coming out about Aliens. One thing I wanted to touch on too, obviously this image here shows you the campaign characters. We noticed as we were getting ready for the show that there were some folks that wondered because. Last time Brian was at E3 with the multiplayer game, the multiplayer game that we showed had only the same Marine. You could only be one male Marine, and so he did an interview with the guy who asked him, "Hey, does that mean that he said, so are there any female characters in the game?" And I think Brian's answer was sadly no. And then they went talking about something else really quick. And I think you even said but there's girls in the game, or there's lots of women in the game. But somehow the sadly no thing stuck, and a lot of people thought that there weren't going to be any Marines in the game that were female characters. And of course, the box cover was already out, and there was an clear image of a female Colonial Marine on the cover of the box. So that we thought that was enough. But it was at a moment when we realized some people were starting to feel bad, and I hate we exist to entertain people. Normally, we keep our heads down and we prioritize. We want our games to speak for ourselves, and we don't really respond to rumors and stuff. So we really didn't address that. But since we're here at PAX, we're not ready to kind of reveal all the character customization stuff for the competitive game. But I want everybody to be clear: there are playable females in the multiplayer and in the campaign. It's all there. So.
Do you feel better? 'Cause I feel like for months I just wanted to tweet that. Just constantly.
Well, the thing is, we're not quite ready to reveal everything yet, and there's still details. You know, in fact, this image here isn't even final. Fox had some great notes, and some of the other folks that are involved. You know, so the final characters you're going to see even with this are going to change a little bit. And it's always difficult for us because once something gets out there, it becomes a promise and expectations are set. So we tend not to say things until they're far enough along. I'm always happy, comfortable talking, but you know.
Wait.
This was the first time we did a show with this game since that kind of happened, so it's our first opportunity to talk about it. So thank you guys for trusting us and believing in us and being on our team with that. And
no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Anybody else?
I feel like we're falling into a pattern here.